collating at the moment. I'm still doing it. Collating a booklet of things that I want to touch on. So today our plan is to go over PMI, and because I haven't finished the booklet, I've just printed the page with the PMI questions on it. And then that gives me a fair bit of time till Friday really, because we got the public holiday there, which is nice. So on Friday I'll have those booklets fresh printed for you, and I'll have some revision resources for us to touch on functions, polynomials, complex numbers, vectors and integration. So we're going to be we'll touch on everything before the end of the term. Week 1 of the holidays will be some revision at home. We'll have a tutorial on Tuesday, 11th of October. So that's in the morning, 9 to 11. So that's in the second week of the holidays. So it'll be a drop in, ask questions. And if you guys don't have questions, then we'll work through an exam, a bit like what we're going to do with methods. Then what do we got? We got the trial exam. Okay, again, I'm using the 2021 exam, so sort of the most recent, the freshest one. And having had a look at some of the exams, that's probably my favourite 2021 exam last year, so that's a good one. That'll be the trial exam. So that's on Wednesday in the afternoon of week 1. Then we have week 2, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So we'll just talk about the trial exam and have a bit of a relax. In swap back, I'll be here during the lesson times. I mean, there might be things happening in this room as such, but I'll be around and I'll be keen to run tutorials in week 3. In week 4, you'll have your first week of exams, right? So you have methods is the first one. But again, I'll be around to answer any questions. I'll be keen to run tunes, all right? Make sure you guys are fully prepped for the exam, which is almost the last one. Because they have the second week of exams from 9 till 11:10, so 2-hour exam. So that's pretty well it. It's pretty similar to the methods here. I've copied it and then just changed it accordingly as far as revision materials go, right? So we've got the revision guide. Now, after you've worked through these 5 questions today, it might be useful to pull that out and have a look at the PMI questions in the revision guide. Familiarise yourself with that resource. What have we got? We've got tests, we got exams. I think I've got a few more spec exams. Again, the same thing. So they changed the course in 2017. All right, they just removed a few things, added a few things. So basically, we're interested in 2017 onwards, and at 2020 they changed from a 3-hour exam to a 2-hour exam. So still relevant content prior. It's just it's longer. So yeah, we've got all those exams there that are important to us, and then we do have the old ones as well. I've got them stacked away so I can provide them if you want to filter anything out from there. What else have we got here? We've got the sample questions that was provided by SACE last year. Chief Assessor's report we'll reflect on after the trial exam. We've got all the exam questions. So a number of these I attached to the back of your notes books, right? I've already printed all of these for you, so you should all have a copy of the PMI exam questions, the polynomials and functions exam questions. So I think the first 3 are attached to the back of the booklet, and then these 3 I printed separate booklets for, the vectors, integration and differential. But if you need it, I've got it stored. Same thing that applies. We'll have 2 A4 double-sided handwritten sheets for notes. So I'll provide the paper for you. I've still got a few left over from the methods class, so maybe I won't need to print them. I'll go grab them in a sec. I'll bring up the formula sheet in a sec that you get. You can take in 2 calculators, that's fine. It's useful. Unit circle, again, it's not something that's provided, but you can draw it on your cheat sheet if you think it will be useful. And again, we're facilitating that exam scenario. So here's the formula sheet, right? So you can see there's a lot of trig identities there. So they're sort of assumed that we know how to utilize those. What else have we got? Distance formula for vectors. We've got relationship between the inverse trigonometric ratios. We've got some basic derivative stuff, and so forth. So that's the formula sheet. All right, and then I've got into summarising each part of the unit. Now, in this booklet, is there anything you guys want me to include other than a summary of all the things we've done? So I haven't put differential equations on there just because it's pretty fresh, really. I suppose we could combine, we could probably do today PMI and polynomials and functions, but I think this is a good way to spread it. because differential equations is reasonably fresh. So yeah, so that's the plan. So I'll hand this out, and you know, maybe we can, if you want, like we could go over all of them together if you want to. I'm not that keen to do that just because I don't like talking that much. But we could